Very good morning, all of you. In last sections, we discussed about the inheritance. What is the meaning of inheritance? What is a base class? What is a derived class? Why we use inheritance? We did the one example of the single inheritance. Now today we'll discuss about the rest of part of the inheritance. In that today we'll discuss about the multi-level inheritance. We'll discuss about this inheritance, and also we'll discuss about the hierarchical inheritance. The example. So in the last sections we also did the diagram. So here is the forms of inheritance. Okay. So we did the single inheritance in that we taken a one base class, one derived class. Make a note of that. What is a base class? Who always gives the property, and what is a derived class? Who always accept the property. Okay. And the mechanism of inheritance, why we use the inheritance for the reusability of code. That means once we define in one of the class, later on we will use same code as in second class or another class. Okay, so that is the main purpose of the inheritance. So in interview, such a type of question will ask what is the reason of or why we use the inheritance. So in that case, we need to specify the answer as for the purpose or for the sake of code reusability. Just we need to specify answer like that for the purpose of code reusability. If the further asks what is the meaning of code reusability, then we need to specify. Once we define one class, inside that we define some properties, data members and member function. Later on we can use that data member and member function in any other class. Okay, and if another question they will ask regarding what are the forms or what are the types of the inheritance, so we need to specify. There are 5 types of inheritance: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Again they will ask the question, does Java supports the multiple inheritance? So in that case we need to specify the answer. Java does not support multiple inheritance. Okay, but still if you want to achieve this, then we will use the concept of interfaces. Later on we will discuss about it. What is interface, like that stuff. So let's do the practical of multiple inheritance. Okay, in that one base class is there, derived class is there, and another derived class. In that case, B is act as a base class along with derived class. Right now, A is a base class and B is a derived class. But when we talk about B and C, when we talk about the B and C, the B is a base class and C is a derived class. Okay, these are the A, B, C. Let's do the practical over here. In that, if you want to implement C, so we'll discuss about the. This will take 3 classes. That case will take 3 classes. Okay, let's start with that. So first of all, here I will use a class. First of all, we need to save the program. What is the reason behind that? I already told that whenever we write the main method inside the class, that will be your main class. Okay, so inside that we can define the main method. So right now just I will define 3 different classes. Here I will define the class A. Just I will define it. Okay, I'm declare it. So here I will use class B and I'm trying to use. Here I will define a class C. These are my classes where we can implement our multiple inheritance. Okay, so right now I want to save the program. Okay, so according to the diagram, see, derived class we will use as a main class. So right now this is a diagram of multi-level inheritance. In that base class is A, so we cannot able to write a main method inside the A. Okay, if you can write, okay, if you want you can write, but we cannot achieve the implementation of inheritance. So for that purpose we cannot able to use main method. So B, we will mention B as a main method, but C class will not execute it. So that's why C, we will use C class as a derived class. Okay, so that means we'll save our program with the help of C. So just copy, paste, and add it into the code. So we'll store my code inside the code. Here I will write inside double quote C dot program is successfully saved. Now we need to use the concept of multiple inheritance. That means we need to inherit the property of A into the B, B into the C. Okay, so we need to inherit that property. So for that purpose, we need to use extend keyword. So where we need to extend, where we need to use an extend keyword. See where the accepting. So A is a base class. A is a base class. That means it will provide the property. It will provide it which A class is a base class which always gives the property. What about B? B will act as a derived class. B will act as a derived class. So in will accept the property from. So here I will use extend keyword whom they will accept the property from the A. They will accept the property from the A. Okay. Now let's see the diagram. C. C is another class which will accept the property from B. Which will accept the property of B. So here it is also act. It will write B also act as base class. See, whenever we use the code, in that case, A always gives the property to the B. Okay, B will be the derived class, A will be the base class. Now, when we talk about the C, the A property will be already available inside the B, and later on B will give the property to the C. B will give the property to the C. So now here I will use extend keyword. See, we need to write a program like that. We need to understand it. C like the sorry C extend the property of B. Now is successfully compiled. अब हम try करेंगे इसे compile करने का. We did not write any code. Okay, just we are trying to implement the code. So in that A is a base class, B is a derived class. Along with it also acts as a base class, and C is a derived. Find it. Let's check out whether we had any like that stuff. Here we use Java C. File, we did not get any error. That means our program is successfully compiled. We don't have any syntactical error right now. Okay, so अभी ऐसा कोई program करते हैं. For example, just we need to use a syntax, right? First of all, okay, we did not want any type of error. Okay, so for that sake of purpose, just we wrote this program like that. So आपको भी program करते समय we need to do same thing. ऐसा नहीं है कि just first of all we will start with A, we will write some statement inside the A, later on we will create a class B, later on we will write some program or statement inside the B, and we'll extend the property of A, later on we will create a class C, we will implement class C, and we will accept the property from the B. Okay, the meaning of this multi-level, see, I will write one statement also. See, my question is, see, A is a base class, B inherit the property of A, and here C inherit the property of B. It means that A is equals to B, okay, B is equals to C. Ultimately, A is equals to C. That means अगर A B की property inherit कर रहा है, B की property C inherit करना है, तो automatically C भी A की property inherit कर सकता है. We had all know that. This is the mathematical formula we already use in the mathematics. Okay, same thing will happen over here. Okay, let's declare. So now here I will declare one variable. Here I am using an access specifier as a public. Why we need to use? We need to understand in the topic of the packages. Okay, so right now just I'm declaring one variable. Okay, so here what is a public? Public is an access specifier. Okay, so int here I'm trying num1 equals to tab. Here I'm trying to write int num1 is equals to tab. Just I'm declaring one variable. Okay, later on we'll implement more program, but right now just I'm declaring one variable. I will declare one another variable having the name public int num2. Now what should we need to do? We will access these two property. Okay, property means what? Data members and member functions. So here I am declaring one data member only. Here I am declaring another data member, and just I want to perform addition in another class. Okay, so here I will do the meaning of inheritors. Inheriting the property of one class into the another. Now here we need to create an object. Now we need to create an object. Okay. Okay, so if you want to create an object, then you can. If you don't want to create the object, then you can also. Okay, so just अगर आपको करना है तो ठीक है, नहीं करना है तो directly we can access. Okay, so now here we need to use what C में सबकी property आ चुके हैं. Inside the C, see here we are extending the property of B and B is extending the property of A. So directly we can use the perform the operation. But I did not declare the num1 inside the C. I did not declare the num2 inside the C. These variables are already declared outside the classes A and B. Now I will perform the addition. Here I am trying to use system. So plus symbol. I created any object. No. Still I am trying to implement the program. Just I'm doing the perform the just I'm doing addition. Okay, not I'm not doing anything else. Just I'm doing the addition. Okay, so did I declare this num1 inside the C class? If I declare C in the C class, then I can use it. Okay, but right now I did not declare it. Okay, so these variable will we are accessing through this extend keyword. And what is the extend keyword? Extend keyword is used for the code reusability. That means inheritance. Okay, let's compile our code and like check out whether we had any type of query or just we'll check it out there. If you had any query, let me know. So right now we don't have any query. Let's execute our program Java and that's नहीं किया था ये. Main method not found in a class C is defined. We already defined that main method. This is my main method. Study. JS of give me one. For the error, get any error. So this we will accept through the class. Here we'll create an object of class C. C is equals to new. We already discussed this concept of static and non-static. So in that case, these are the non-static variable. If I am trying to use a static, then the code will be executed. Okay. So for example, like this, take static. See, the code will be executed. See, the addition is 30. Why the program will be executed? We all know that the static variable is a class variable and that will be executed directly. Okay. If you did not write this static, in that case, what should we need to use? We need to call this with the help of what? I created the object. C object is equal to new C, and just here I'm trying to use obj dot num1, and also I will write obj dot num. Is obj is an object. See, already this variable will be extended. That means inherited from A to B and B to C. Okay, so in that case, we did not able to. We did not create the object of A and B. If you want to create, then you can. But यहाँ inheritance का concept achieve नहीं होगा. So for that, here we will create an object of C because property of A will be inherited in property B and the property of B will be inherited in property C. Let's this code, does we have any error or still it will be executed. See Java, we get the addition, right? We get the addition. Just we're trying to change the values. Value is 200, value is 100. Addition is 300. That means this is an example of multiple inheritance. Did you get that concept? So make a note of that. यहाँ diagram कैसे बनानी है? So look like that. ये तो basic structure हम discuss कर रहे हैं. We are not discussing about any heavy program. See, we implemented this multiple inheritance. Sorry, multi-level inheritance. In that, middle class will be act as a. यही important question भी होता है कि while appearing for the interview, they will ask in question, what is the difference between any other inheritance and multi-level inheritance? So in that case, we need to specify the middle class will be act as a derived class. Also, it act as a base class. We need to specify the answer like that. Okay. This is an example. Let's do one more example. Inside that, we'll do what? We'll define a method. Okay. Define a method. I'll make a copy and paste, and I will change the name also. Now here we need to use same thing. हमें यही program perform करना है, but just we need to change the class names. Okay, so we already saved this class name, so that's why हम एक ही folder के अंदर same class save नहीं कर सकते. Okay, so that's why the concept of packages arise. So ये इसकी वजह से concept of package आया था. So later on we'll discuss about that, what is a package and how we'll do that. Okay, so right now just make a note of that. We need to, so let's assume that we'll implement another program. Let's in that we will define the method. So here I'm trying to declare the class. So here I will write our class, my class name as a base. Find a class called as a derived base class derived. Why we wrote derived underscore base? Because the middle class will act as a derived and act as a what we say base class. Derived भी act होता है and ये भी act होता है. So here I will define called as a derived. So लिखते समय भी ऐसे ही कोड करना है आपको. So the first one is base. Additional comment लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. Second one is a derived base, मतलब it will act first derived and later it will act as a base class. Okay, let's save the program. Program save करने के लिए हमें क्या करना है? Bottom का जो class होगा उसे यूज करना है, class यूज करना है. Derived dot. Here I will define one method. So the name of method will be the define a method having the, I will define a show. So we need to specify the answer. Inside the derived class, I will define another method. Show one. हमें थोड़ा सा समझ में आ जाए. ओके, राइट नाउ अब मुझे एग्जीक्यूट करना है another method. So here I will write another method also. Now make a note of that. See, the property of A, that means base class, will be inherited into the property of B. Okay, so अभी यहाँ inherit होने वाली है, but by using which keyword? Extend. So here I will use its keyword. Extend. What will be the base class? Base class will be the base. Now, derived class, it will work as a derived class. Okay, whose base class is a base. Now, I will inherit this derived base class into the derived. That means इसकी जो property है अब ये derived आ जाएगी. Take a note of that. The base class property, which is already inherited in the derived base class. Okay, later on this property which will be inherited into the derived. That means automatically base class की property इसके अंदर आ जाएगी automatically. Because उसके आगे का जो क्लास था उसने here I did not able here I'm not trying to create the object of base class. Here also I'm not trying to create the object of derived base class. I will create the object of derived class, and through that object I can execute show 1, I can execute show 2, and I can execute show 3. Make a note of that. Show 1 is not a property of derived class, it is a property of base class. Show 2 is a property of derived and base class, but still I am accessing that property. Why? Because of extend keyword. What is that extend keyword? It simply means that it is a inheritance. Inheritance means code reusability. Code reusability. Let's check regarding this program. Sorry. Is say the derived dot java. Yes, I'm trying to compile this program with the help of base class. Let's check out does we have any type of query error? No. I will execute it. See, error. But execute होगा क्या? नहीं होगा. क्यों? Because main method के अंदर कुछ भी नहीं है. We did not write anything inside the main method. Because main method ही नहीं है, इसीलिए वो बोल रहा है कि main method not found. Okay, so we need to define that main method. Where we define? In that way. I will write public like that. Just I will create an object of derived class. हम इसके object ही create करेंगे. But still, I can able to create base class object. I can able to create derived class object. See, when I trying to create the base class object, only shown property will be executed. When I trying to create derived base class property object, in that case, the show one will be executed and show two will be executed. When I create object of derived class, in that case show 1, show 2, show 3 will be executed. तो आपको decide करना है किसको object create करना चाहिए. Because this is an example of multi-level inheritance. Okay, so let's do that here. Here I will create an object derived j is equals to dot show two three. Type of query error. Yes, we had that. So cannot find symbol object. We already created the object. Derived. Permanent der. ओके ओके ओके। थोड़ा सा क्यूरी हुआ है क्लास के नेम मेथड के नेम की वजह से। ओके, सो मेथड नेम का क्या है, शो वन है, कैपिटल एस है, तो यहाँ में लिखते समय मैंने क्या लिखा, स्मॉल ही लिखा है। ओके, तो ये सब स्मॉल कर दो, या ये यहाँ ही जाएगा, जैसे विल रिमूव इट एक्स डॉट फाइंड सिंबल बोला था उसने, I will use 2 and here I will use 3 and just trying to validate. Now we do not have any error. See, I am from base class, I am from database class, I am from derived class. Make a note of that. Still, object को ना create के लिए. Okay, so I have created an object of derived class. Okay, so this is an example of multi-level inheritance. Okay, let's do another type of variable inheritance. So in that case, we'll implement hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so what is the diagram of hierarchical? Here we will use a one base class and we'll use two different derived classes. Is the diagram? See, here's an example of hierarchical. Here I will use base class one. In that case, it's quite different thing. In that case, see, A is a base class and two derived classes are there. Okay, so that means B will accept the property of A along with C will accept the property of A. Now, in that case, main method किस में आएगा? So main method will be available in both classes, in B classes also and C classes. So we need to create a two different program inside that. इसे achieve करने के लिए we need to use two different. Still, if I trying to access this element inside the B, but I am not able to execute that B with the help of C. मैं C से B को execute नहीं कर सकता और B को C से execute नहीं कर सकता, but just I am accepting the property of A and A from B and from C differently. Okay, so in that case we'll create a main method for two classes B and C. Okay, हमें एक program करना है, just will provide two variables inside the A, will provide two variables inside the B, will do addition inside the B and will do subtraction inside the C. Okay, so ये प्रोग्राम हम करेंगे, so इससे आपको hierarchical का कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आएगा. Okay, so अभी इसके लिए ना क्या करना पड़ेगा, we need to create A and B. अभी इसे कैसे करो, just A is a class and that will define class A and B and C. Let's here I will create class sum. Do another class, इसी अंदर करते हैं, कुछ इशू नहीं, class sum. रिलेशनशिप इंप्लीमेंट करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज just 1 minute, give me 1 minute, सही करना पड़ेगा. Yeah, so just will define one class, will implement another two classes. Okay, इसे अचीव करने के लिए थोड़ा सा देखो, I will use a public, save that program. I will declare two variables, public int, declare one variable public. This is my class. So ये मेरा class है, class data public int num1 and public int num2. Okay, so this property I declare inside the data. Now how do we use it? Okay, so here I will use class sum. पैकेज का भी कंसेप्ट आ रहा है. Okay, class sum. Save that program. String is the property of. Just give me 1 minute. So we write public. Once we wrote the program, later on we'll discuss about it. Commit. See. We will write. Create an object of which will be implemented. Some के object create कर लेंगे हम. The addition is pj dot num2 will get the error. The main method not defined. Main method as public static void main Java class must extend the Java FX application. Just 1 minute. अभी इसका पाथ चाहिए था मुझे. इसे एक्सटेंड कर पाऊंगा बिकॉज ये क्लास इंपोर्ट नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ. तो यहाँ पैकेजेस का कंसेप्ट आ जाएगा. ये पैकेज का कंसेप्ट क्रिएट हो रहा है. लेट्स डू वन थिंग. Where is my data? We'll do one by one. में यही हम प्रोग्राम करते हैं. We'll do one by one. Okay. Find a class. Okay. Okay. I got it. This concept. क्या करना है हम? Let's do two classes. Class sum. let's discuss about later on. Extend the property of data. Okay. Here we'll define one more class. We'll define one more class. Sub. Both the classes will accept the property. Now we'll create one another class test class test hierarchical. Is inside that I will write main method. पैकेज से भी कर सकते थे इसको बट अभी पैकेज पड़ा ही नहीं इसकी वजह से नहीं बता. Okay, so now test hierarchical. Inside that I will write the main method. Okay. Because एक के अंदर लिखा तो सेकंड कैसे परफॉर्म करें. Okay. So what thing which task you need to implement it. So now the class which we extended. So here we'll write one method. Just we'll do one statement system dot out dot plus the name of variable plus specify these inside the method. Similarly हमें यहाँ भी subtract change कर देता हूँ. Now this completed. Okay, so in that just we'll did the addition or just here I will use sub class का नाम change कर देते हैं. Subtraction classes का नाम change. We had the data. Okay, so let's do the practical now. अब याद क्या रखना है. See, we need to create an object of two different classes. So according to the diagram, we'll create an object of B class and C class also. B का भी create करेंगे, C का भी create करेंगे. क्यों? Because these are both are the derived class, and where we'll create this object, we'll create object in another class. So inside that, I will create an object of addition. Is equals to new. Similarly, subtraction, create a class of subtraction. We'll call the method. Okay, which method we need to call? So addition के अंदर आपको addition के object से add method call करनी है, and subtraction के object से sub method call करनी है. वैसे हार्डवेयर प्रोग्राम है, अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा ऐसे ही लेवल बढ़ते जाएंगे. Now check out that we have any kind of क्या है Java C check out does we have any error. Public spell mistake is there. Sure. Execute. See, we get the addition. Addition is 300 300. क्यों 300 300 है? तो हमने एडिशन की थी, यहाँ कॉपी पेस्ट किया था. Is 100 200. So place 1. Check out. CLS compile. 200 500 plus 200 700 500 minus 200 300. Okay, so like that implement. अभी इसमें ना थोड़ा सा confusion ये हुआ था कि यहाँ derived classes, we had derived classes B and C. Okay, so in that case object तो हम derived का ही create करते हैं. Whenever we create the object, we'll do the create. So multiple में भी हम derived का ही करेंगे, hierarchical में हम derived करेंगे. But we had two different derived class. If I wrote main method, देखो पर problem क्या आ रहा था? If I wrote the main method inside the B, then I'm not able to execute the C. And if I wrote the main method inside the C, then I am not able to execute the B. So in that case, I had a little bit confused. Okay. So in that case, we will create another class, and inside that I will create an object of B along with C, because main aim is that we need to need the property of A inside the B, A inside the C. So this one is a task. Okay. So this is about today's lecture. So hopefully we'll get the idea regarding that. So just I will share the video till 11 or 12 o'clock. Okay, watch this video. If you had any query, let me know. If you don't had any query, then also let me know about that. So I will stop the recording. I will take the attendance.